China versus Europe DSPs.
Mm.
Who's winning?
They are sometimes even more expensive than the European brand.
Well, in your opinion, does it really sound that different, the European against the Chinese?
Okay. All right. How big is the difference?
Yes.
How big
yes.
is the
Can
difference?
a normal listener tell the difference?
Okay.
Hi everyone, welcome back to our Plugged In podcast, series number 5. Today we have, as usual, we have Peter here joining us.
Hi.
Today's topic, a very interesting one, Peter.
Mm.
China versus Europe DSPs.
Mm.
Who's winning? All right, hot take time. The Chinese are winning on the specs war, but the Europeans are winning where it actually matters. How it sounds.
Well, so far, yes, the Europeans do sound better, but in terms of spec wise, the Chinese have got very good specs. Okay,
Mm,
but their Chinese are chasing up now. A
mm,
lot of the better DSPs, they do sound good.
mm,
However, in terms of price point, the ones that are very close to the European sounding,
mm.
they are sometimes even more expensive than the European brands.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right.
I think on paper, we do see that the Chinese have higher power, um, better
Yes.
specs, and they come with a lot more features as well than the Europeans. Right.
Well, there are two ways to look at the features.
Mm,
On one hand, is the features like OTG.
mm.
The Chinese, it is the ability to stick in a hard drive or thumb drive to play your music.
On your phone.
Or no, from a thumb drive.
Mm,
And the Chinese brands normally have a display of the actual songs being played.
mm,
And that is not for streaming. That's
mm,
more like recorded music onto your USB or recorded onto a hard disk.
mm, mm,
Uh, but the European way normally is for you to take the signal from the head unit of the
mm,
car. All
mm,
right.
mm,
And then most people will Bluetooth in into the head unit with Spotify or Apple Music, or
mm,
you stream your music in.
mm,
Okay.
mm,
So in that sense, the Chinese has got more features in that sense.
mm,
All right. However, in the tuning section
mm,
of the software,
mm,
you find that certain brands like the European brands, they are still one step ahead of the Chinese.
mm,
Like the ability to see what's the incoming signal
mm,
coming in. Okay.
mm,
Whereas some of the cheaper or the lesser Chinese brands, they don't offer that.
mm,
The Chinese brands, most of them are very generic type of software.
mm,
Okay,
mm,
and then that applies to most of the different brands. A
mm,
very generic type of software.
mm.
Okay, but the Europeans are different. That means they have different features within the software to allow you to do the tuning. All right, the ability to do de-equalization. I mean that one we can talk about it
Mm,
next time. But
mm.
it's all these features in the European brands that the Chinese lack.
I see.
Yeah.
What about the sound quality?
The sound quality,
Yeah.
as of now, of course, the Europeans do sound better,
Mm,
okay, as compared to the lesser brands of the Chinese. But the higher end Chinese brands, which are also expensive, they are
mm,
not cheap,
mm.
okay, they are quite equal in that sense.
I think there's still a price gap, right, between a high-end Chinese DSP versus a European brand, because we have brands like Helix, even Audition.
Yeah.
They are priced. I think they are priced slightly higher than a higher-end DSP.
Well, there are DSPs from China that are even higher priced than Audison and Helix.
Mm,
There are.
mm,
But most people, when they dabble with Chinese brand DSP,
mm,
looking around, if you're shopping around,
mm,
most of it is cheaper than the
mm,
European brands,
mm,
because a lot of these Chinese brands are very generic.
mm.
Very generic. Yeah.
I mean, you sell both of these DSPs in your shop.
Mhm.
I mean, China and European. I mean,
European.
what is your experience with them? I mean, what are the strong points of each
Okay, let me put it this way.
Mm.
If you get a good China brand that sounds as good as a European brand,
Does it exist?
there are brands that does that. Okay,
Mm.
however, it being Chinese,
Mm.
okay, it as for us Malaysians,
Mm.
if it's of equal price or as a European brand, we would tend to go for the European brands.
Mm.
And hence, most of the time, the European brands are looked up as to be the better sound quality, which indeed it does,
Mm.
as compared to the cheaper Chinese brands, you see.
Mm.
And the cheaper Chinese brands are way cheaper,
Mm.
all right? However, in terms of performance, I mean, the European brands sound better, due also because of the tuning ability within the European brands. For us as tuners, we are able to utilize those features to make it sound better. But the Chinese brands, of course, people will buy because of the pricing, because
Mm.
it's cheaper.
Mm.
Okay, and another thing to understand is most of the time we would recommend a customer to at least get a DSP M or DSP for the car.
Mm.
Be it a China brand as cheap as what it is, having a DSP is better than not having one at all.
I see. I see.
Right.
I mean, we have really established that
Yeah,
the
yeah.
DSP is the brain of the car audio system.
Yes,
So I think
yes,
it's
yes.
important. But I think today it's more about us telling our listeners how to pick one. What
Mm.
what we should look for.
Mm.
Or rather, if you're looking for a specific thing from the car audio, we should go with the Chinese. Or if you are going for better sound quality, we should go for the European. Right.
Yes. Well, generally, the better sound quality ones are the European brands.
Mm.
Okay. And of course, when you look at the budget wise, some people they don't want to spend as much.
Mm.
Then we would recommend the Chinese brands, okay, to use a Chinese brand to at least have a DSP in the car now. Okay. But if you are looking also from a standpoint of you want to have a very good audio system in the car,
Mm.
and what are the options then definitely we will normally fall into the category of using the European brands of the DSP okay. But if you're very budget conscious, all right, and you say I'm a more of a practical type of person, I as long as I can good quite decent sound in the car, then yes, a Chinese brand will do nicely also.
In your opinion, does it really sound that different, the European against the Chinese? You feel?
Okay, all right. How big is the difference?
Yes.
How
yes.
big is the
Can
difference?
a normal listener tell the difference?
Okay, you can tell the difference if you listen with intention. Meaning, if you intently listen to it, I will put an example. The guitar string on a Chinese brand, a lesser Chinese brand, it will sound, yeah, you will hear it as a guitar, but not as refined as coming in from a European brand. I would put the analogy of saying that okay, your China brand, certain China brands are not all, the ultra cheap ones, I don't talk about that The decent China brands you're talking about, a relating to a car, is a Toyota. If it's a European brand, it's a Lexus. The Lexus has that refinement in the car, all right, as compared to a Toyota, right? But don't look down on the Toyota. It's a good car.
Yeah. Well, I mean, ultimately, Lexus did come from Toyotas, right?
Exactly. Well, I mean, for the DSP, it's not
Yeah.
lah. I mean, but still, for you to have a gauge the Toyota is not that bad a car. Meaning the Chinese DSPs are not that bad. But if you want the refinement and the edge over it, then definitely it's the Lexus. Where I mean, it's the European brands
All right, guys. Tell us what you think. China or Europe? Specs or sound? Let us know. I think that's it for today. Thank you, everyone. Peter and I would like to wish everyone celebrating a happy Chinese New Year. May the year of the horse bring you good health, good fortune, and most importantly, good sound. 恭喜发财. Bye.